Welcome back, everybody, to the weekend show where I'll be doing technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. Now the market, well, fear and greed index reading at 78, extreme, entering extreme greed in the market. Elon Musk started a new party, America Party. We'll see how that works. That's the latest from Elon Musk, and I guess this is how it's gonna be. No more buddies anymore, and Elon Musk starting his own party with I don't know how many, two, three, four people. We'll see how that works out, guys. Then the market on Friday, market was closed for 4th of July, and I hope you guys had a great time. Thursday, market was open. Market rallied to a brand new all-time high, especially S&P and Nasdaq 100. Dow was also up 0.77%, Nasdaq 1, S&P 0.83, and Russell 0.80. 11 sectors, pretty much all in the green, technology leading the way on top, financial, utilities, industrials, communication services. Stock market map, the same names kept the market alive and well. Again, Amazon up 1.59, Tesla flat, Meta up 0.76, Google up 0.5%, Apple up 0.5%, Microsoft, Oracle, Nvidia, those are up big time. Nvidia almost getting up to $4 trillion market cap. So that is a big one to watch this week. And now let's get right into Apple stock. On Apple stock, it's up 0.5%. So I've been talking about Apple for past couple weeks that Apple is the next big mover in the market and money will rotate back into Apple. And boy, oh boy, did this stock deliver, guys. I mean, you can see massive move up to almost 215 on Friday, and you can see even on my thumbnail, it says Apple rally incoming, and this stock delivered. Shortly, you will see the trade on Apple that I'm still holding, and it's up 100 and almost 20%. So massive, massive move on Apple stock, and I'm expecting Apple at some point to come up and close this entire gap, and who knows, might be heading for that all-time high, just like every other big mega caps, right? So here on Apple stock, only bump on its way, where this thing cannot move up to 221. This previous high, you can see rejection, 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 and that is around 214 to 15-ish. If we can clear and stay above that level, you're gonna see another $5 to $6 move to the upside to close this gap at 221, and that is where I'll be possibly taking some profit. Right now, Apple stock it's outside the Bollinger Band for third day. Even on Thursday it was outside, so that's why you're seeing a little bit of pullback. But this Bollinger Band is slowly trying to catch up to it, and I know now if this thing comes back and holds over, especially 210 to 207, technically that is bullish. That is a buying opportunity as long as the support holds. So watch out for 210 to 207 as a key level here. But if this thing breaks below all that and there is a big sell-off that take place, come Monday, then there will be support right here at 204. Also, this consolidation and top of this trend line right here. Otherwise, Apple definitely breaks over these highs right here, that 214 range, you're going to see explosion up to this gap 221, guys. So Apple heading in the right direction, and I think there is plenty of upside here on Apple stock. Maybe we get to see that after a little bit of consolidation or slightly a pullback. That can possibly happen if the market pulls back. Or who knows, market can pull back and this thing can actually move higher up to this gap because there is a catch-up trade on Dow Jones, which is still not going to a brand new all-time high, but it can possibly get there with Apple and then another big name, which is UNH, and we saw a bit of a pullback on that one, especially on Thursday. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And unfortunately, the 4th of July special is gone, but there is still discount on Patreon. You get 20% off when you join annually on Patreon. And I do want to share this fantastic trade idea that we're still holding. And not only this one, I'm just sharing this one because this one is up the most because of August 15th expiration, and the calls went in the money on Thursday, guys. So if you're really interested on trade ideas like this one that is up over 120% almost now, definitely check out my link down below in the description for Patreon. On Amazon stock, it's up 1.59%. So Amazon, I actually got into Amazon right here with this candle right here and still holding my position. Some people sold within my Patreon group, and some people did not even care to take that trade. And now you can see those calls, 220 calls. Those were 220 calls, pretty much in the money calls going over the money. And Amazon now actually making a new high on Thursday, almost getting over 224. So if this thing continues, I think 230 is pretty much possible this week on Amazon, unless we get a pullback within the overall stock market. Then watch out for the support right down here at 220 to 221. Below that, right down here at 218, 216, 212, and then the gap fill reversal also can act as a support, 210 on Amazon. On Google stock, it's a 0.44%. So Google, another one that is actually make another big move, possibly over these highs right here, 181 and 182. If that breaks, guys, I'm telling you, there is gonna be another big trade on Google where this thing can possibly come up and close this 204 massive gap. I think this was from earnings. We had a gap down, so Google is setting up for a big move. But the question here, is it going to actually take out this high, and that's going to become support? If that happens, you're going to see explosive move to the upside. Now, key level of support, 5-day moving average, 178.58, 176. Below that, we could be coming all the way down to 174 and then 170. On Tesla stock is absolutely flat on that day. So Tesla, I sold my calls on Thursday, got out completely. This thing moved and then moved back to where it was before. Now with Elon Musk starting a party, I don't know how that's going to affect that stock, especially going into tomorrow's session. We'll see how that goes. But definitely, I mean, Elon Musk is not happy about the bill. As a matter of fact, I think people that are actually selling EVs, or the companies, I should say, selling EVs, they're not happy because now even I own two EVs. These are things that I just keep for local driving, but they're not good. Be honest. EVs are not good whenever it's cold. You will get frustrated. I mean, that's not something that you want to own. That's the only thing that you have, and you're dealing with winter. Now, the main thing here, that $7,500, I think from September will be gone, wiped out. So that is why mainly Elon Musk is mad. Now, a couple of things that in that bill that even a lot of people don't agree is that funding for school, Medicaid, Medicare, even SNAP getting cut off, and a lot of these big billionaires getting a tax break. And what would be nice that anybody that actually makes, I would say, you know not millionaires or billionaires, people that are like middle class, if there is a tax break, but that's not the case. So you know uh, this bill is actually not that great. It's not good. It's cutting a lot of things off, and these things that we need, these things that we had before, and now that money that we're saving, cutting these things off, adding into giving a tax break to those billionaires, those people that have supported other billionaires and presidential candidates and congressmen and women, all that. So, I mean, the system is just corrupt. Elon Musk is mad because he's not getting his thing. People are mad because they're not getting their thing. But I think we all should be thinking about, everyday men and women, the families that are, struggling. But I guess nobody cares about them, right? That should be the that should be the case where we should be looking out for those people that are struggling here in this country. But Elon Musk is mad because he's not getting his things in his way. Some people are mad, because of some other things that are not on the bill. But I think the focus should be on middle class people to lower class, not even middle class, middle and lower class people that are on the street. Nobody cares about them. So, and there will be no president, nobody that actually cares about these people. Rich are just getting richer and richer, and they don't want to give anything out. If there is a talk about taxing the billionaires, millionaires, they get mad. And obviously, they have the manpower, they have the money power to anybody that talks about these things, they can just get away with it, guys. So that is the main reality here. And that's why, well, I guess, when it comes to Elon Musk, he got money, so he's threatening and then starting this new party. Now, I don't think that's going to work out well. And Elon Musk, in my view, lost all the respect, because if you're going to go and support the president, you should know what you're supporting. Now, if you have a disagreement, and now that you don't like it because it's coming down to you, you're not getting that tax break and all that. Your $7,500 and a lot of other things on EVs are gone. And that's the things that you make and your stock is known for. Obviously you're gonna be mad, right? So he's also someone who's not really, he talks about people, but he's not really looking out for people. He's looking out for his own pocket. That's how everybody is, guys. Rich people are like that. They always think about, themselves, and nobody cares. So we'll see how that works out, but the stock can take a toll, especially with this new party and the feud that is going on with president. And now that you know Elon Musk was giving credit to Trump a couple days ago about some other things. So I don't know, he needs to decide whether he supports Trump or he's against. He comes in and, oh, credit is, I'll give credit where it's due, and then the next thing you know, he's starting a party. So dude, make up your mind. That's all I have to say. Tesla stock, watch, if this thing drops here at 300, goes below and stays below that, we have unfinished business down here. Quickly, it can come down to this lower Bollinger Band, 290, 280, maybe even down to this gap. To the upside, it was a huge rejection on Friday. That 318 50 day and the 20 day actually about to cross the 50 day. So the bull trend we lost on Tesla, and we will be losing that trend completely if that happens going into this week. So if you cannot get over that 218, 219 range, it's not going to push up to 230. And until Tesla is over 230, I mean, this is not looking like it's going to go up, from here, unless we get over 330 on Tesla, guys. On Microsoft, it's up 1.58%. So Microsoft, another move almost up to that previous all-time high, got up to 500, pulled back and closing just below 500. But if this thing pushes over 500, guys, it can go up to 510 to possibly that 515 range. And there is a well target there, so it can possibly go there. If there is a pullback that comes in tomorrow or this week, 495, your key line in the sand below that, right down here, that's going to be 488. And if we get under that level, we might see 483 to 481 on Microsoft. On AMD, it's down 0.44%. So AMD had this move to the downside and now just consolidating, maybe turning into a bear flag, but there is a gap at 141. So AMD gets over 138, stays over that, possibly fills this gap at 141 and pushes up from here. Then it's going back up to 158. Well, 148 in this case, the resistance, and over that to that gap 158 to the upside. Now, if this thing does not, you know, uh, gets over 138 and stays below. There is support right here at 133, 130, and then 125. So Netflix up almost 1%, and just like AMD, this could turn into a bear flag, but so far just consolidating, but below 1300. Below 1300, there will be support at 1270. We got really close to it on Wednesday. We actually got there, and then on Thursday, it was almost close to 1270 as well. So now it's close to 1300. If we get over that, there will be resistance at 1307. and then watch out for continuation to the upside, possibly back up to all-time highs again. Below 1300, key support at 1270, and then there is support also gap fill reversal with the 20-day moving average. That's going to be around 1255 to 1254, right down here on Netflix. On Meta, it's up 0.76%. So Meta had this move, from this all-time high, just pulling back into where, well, we did not exactly touch this area right here, 708. And even before that, the dip was bought up, and now it's back over, not over 725. So 725 will remain the resistance here to the upside because of this 5-day moving average. But if Meta clears that, it's heading back up to previous all-time highs, possibly over 740, and then 747 up to even 760. We get a deeper pullback. It gets under 708, 709, this range. You're gonna see more downside here, possibly down to this gap 699 to close this gap, and that should be a strong level of support. But if it cracks under that, you're going to see a move down to 682 on Meta. On Nvidia, stock was up again on Thursday, 1.33% and closing at a brand new all-time high. And we got up to that level that I have here on top, 160. So Nvidia here, guys, I mean, if it goes to like 162, I think the market cap will hit $4 trillion. First time ever on a stock. So that's going to be something. I think the headlines, they want it, and you're going to get it. I mean, it's only like $2 away. Nothing big, can definitely hit $4 trillion market cap, becoming the first ever company to hit $4 trillion market cap, which is going to be insane, taking over a big name like Microsoft and Apple. So Nvidia, that is the next stop, 160 to 163, and the headlines will be out at that point, and it's going to be another brand new all-time high. Now, yes, there are some well targets that I talked about it in my video. 160, we got there on Thursday, and there is some calls that are coming in for 180. I don't know if we're gonna get there. Those are some longer term calls that might go there later on. You know, it might not happen immediately, but those are also there if we get over 160 and this thing stays over 160. Now, things are frothy and overextended, so if we get some sort of a pullback, well, you can just extend this line, and where things can come down to, well, that 155 to 156 range. And if that gives up, we might be retesting even previous all-time highs, 153. The moment we break under that and that becomes resistant and we cannot get over that, you're going to see a stronger pullback to the downside. We'll talk about that when we get there. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you're enjoying your 4th of July weekend, and definitely will keep you guys updated Monday night.